What's a subtle sign someone's depressed? Can't make decisions because they're sure every choice will go shitty. I do this and it makes me feel like none of my friends want to spend time with me. I always ask what they want to do because if I think about it, I cannot accept someone shooting down my ideas or enticing people to do something just to get through their time with me. I'm working on it, but in a small town with not much to do besides drugs and sex, it's hard. Skeptical smiley face. Damn, that must be rough. It's good to hear you are working on it though. If they enjoy your company, I'm sure they won't mind whatever they do with you. But yeah, keep working on it. Gradually add your own suggestions. No matter how small, shit will get better. They disappear, retreating for social interactions, holing up in their room, house or apartment. It sometimes takes people a while to notice someone isn't there, in the middle of a bad disappearing spell atmosphere. I have no social media and I haven't responded to anyone's texts. I just don't feel like burdening anyone, and I feel like it's a good time to start over. I pop by and see some family every so often. Going to see my mom tonight. Haven't seen her in a month. Sorry to hear that. It's rough. When I came out of my room, people were generally happy to see me and asked, "Where have you been?" In my room, mostly. All that, yeah. Quote, "It gets better as long as you don't take any rash decisions." I can honestly say that I'm starting to forget what it was like, although I can definitely trigger the feelings by listening to certain music if I wanted to. But for obvious reasons, I don't want to. My biggest regret was that I went against my instinct and started playing World of Warcraft, even though I knew it was a bad idea at the time. That set my recovery back by a few years. For me, it's starting to slack on daily tasks or cleanliness. I'll skip a shower, won't keep my space as clean, or will stop being as concerned about the quality of my work. So much, wow, I can identify. It has gotten worse every year, and since my mom died in June I am so hanging on by a thread at work and self-care. I lost my mom in 2009 and 10 years on it's still really tough. I would like to tell her things about my son. I think she would have dug the shit out of the whole Marvel movie thing. I would have really enjoyed seeing the end of the Harry Potter films. But strangely enough, it's also the thing that keeps me moving. I know she wouldn't want me moping around missing her at the expense of doing things for my family. And with my family and for myself. I'm sorry. I know that's probably not a huge help, but I hope you realize that you're not alone and a lot of us here are sympathetic and we'll listen to you. I don't feel very good, is one of my telltales. When my depression gets bad, I don't want to eat because my stomach, chest are in knots and damp. I get so exhausted that I don't have energy to go out. I don't feel good, is just easier to say, so if someone says that a lot then it might be a sign. That, and, I'm just tired, those are the two I use. I do have health issues, so the not feeling well one is easily believed. They have lost interest in things that they are passionate about. Yeah, I had a good friend in high school who was obsessed with playing guitar. Just randomly give everything away. The guitars, amps, tab books, magazines, even his CD and vinyl collection. Couldn't give me an answer for why. I was too young and stupid to see it for what it was. It is easy to look back and put the pieces together. Not always as easy when it is happening. They are very good at helping others out with this kind of stuff. Can you elaborate? I think they mean they're well versed in helping others with mental health issues. At least for me, I seem to attract others with similar issues. Most of the time we know what we, ourselves, need to do to get better but can't. So we're really good with advice. We also really understand the dark side of humans that not everyone experiences, so we can listen, relate really well. We can pick up the signs of depression or other issues easily as well. Since we know the pain so well, we try really hard to help others when we see red flags. They start to slow down. If you know them really well, You can sometimes see the difference in their eyes. It really hits hard. Yeah, I had it come back last week after not having it for years. It takes me longer than it should to do simple math in my head. I had to stop reading a thread earlier cause there were too many moving parts to the story and I just didn't have the brain power to read it at that time. It's really, the lack of brain power sucks. At my worst, it took me forever to comprehend simple things like making stovetop pasta. I had to reread the instructions several times to actually understand how to make it. It got to the point where the most complicated instructions I could comprehend involved pushing the couple buttons on the microwave, feeling tired all the time, napping at every opportunity, sleeping in more than usual and staying in bed longer in general, waking up from one nap and soon after wanting to take another. Depression robs people of motivation and energy. It's a downward spiral. Edit. Feeling tired. I remember one day laying in bed after I woke up. I stared up and out the window and just watched the clouds go by until it was night again. I didn't use the washroom, I didn't eat, I just laid in bed looking out the window. I also remember the day I started getting better. It was the day I finally told my friend that I was depressed. It took me 2 years to get over my depression. 2 moments stick with me. The weight of the depression holding me down, and the relief of that weight lifting off when I finally told my friend. Depression is no joke. My car broke down one day. I struggled to make it to work every day at 5 a.m. this year. Lost my job, had no motivation to get a new car. For a while I just laid in bed trying to go to sleep because at least when I'm dreaming I'm not thinking about how fucked my life was at the moment. I'm doing 100% better now. But I think about how tough it was for me to get out of bed. If one of their hobbies is sleeping, it is very common for people who are depressed to nap constantly and never want to get out of bed. I have concluded that school equals depression. Edit. Didn't think this would explode as much as it did. Not sure what that says about our society, but it probably ain't good. Life equals depression. I can say that no matter what stage of life I've been in, I always get used to it in a short amount of time and go back to my usual miserable self. It's real easy to forget the good moments. It's a little less common, but sudden bouts of anger and irritability. One of the other things that can sometimes pair up with depression is an intense form of anxiety that stems from a low self-confidence or perceived inadequacy in one's own abilities. Angry outbursts are usually my cue to make an appointment. Me feeling like shit won't make me go, but taking it out on my loved ones makes me take care of it. It's less common cause it's less talked about and it's more common in males. It's what clued me into needing help. They are no longer looking forward to anything. A depressed person will just get through events or anything because they have to, not because they want to. They are also less greedy. Material things are distractions for them. They may want stuffs, but the moment they have it, the interest in it will lose fast. These people are usually functional in society as well. Not everyone understand or know that they are depressed. Some thought they are just sad because their lives are so hectic. Their train of thoughts are different as well. The only reason they're alive was because they are born. They don't really care if they're living the best life they could have. Waking up, cleaning themselves, working, sleeping, life is just a pattern for them, monsieur. And GT, they are no longer looking forward to anything. Right in the guts. Yeah, this point is the most painful for me. I have always been optimistic in general and happy about any upcoming event. As a little child, after my depression began, I lost it. Even when one of my biggest dreams came true, I was just like, ugh, well, cool, aha. They don't take care of themselves. Sometimes bad hygiene or bad oral health. Tiredness all the time. Sometimes sleeping too much or just little. Lack of energy which results in not wanting to do anything activities they used to do. eating little or too much, crying a lot, sensitivity which causes the crying, and a lack of concentration. I have major depression disorder. I don't take care of myself much. My health is getting bad because I don't have energy to take care of myself. I'm always tired and I want to sleep. I lack the energy to concentrate and do activities that I used to do. I always eat a lot and I have crying outbursts every day. Even if it's something simple, I cry about it. It sucks, and having this disorder has made me lose out on things, making friends, and having a better self-esteem this year. Edit. I'm surprised this got me a platinum. Shit, today I was feeling too tired to do a background check packet for a job I really want. I didn't have to do anything but Google and write and think and text. That just seemed too much at the time. Then I was thinking it'd be way easier to just keep the job I have, even though I'm not satisfied just because I'm making money. Not even okay money. I get by, but I'm not really advancing. Either way, forced myself to do it.